I'm a I'm a big stickler for character design, and I mean their visual design, on how they look, their clothes, the consistency in the universe. And I complain about some of these characters, so I figured I might as well do it on stream. So yes, this is going to be a tier list stream, at least starting off. Now, let's get some music going. We're going to play some Winner Winner. It's a little bit loud. Now, first on the list, we're going to save these two for last. March 7th, right? She's a cute character. She dresses cute, and the clothes she wears, they're things you could probably find in a store, right? And she carries a camera around because she's really big on taking a picture. Her design makes sense and is perfect. S tier. Don Han, kind of at first he's pretty boring, but he's a very sensible character, and his clothing is also very sensible and comfortable. Boom, S tier. There's a lot of characters here, we're gonna go fast. Arlon, not everybody's favorite character, but his clothing design, he is like an officer on the space station, and if you look at the uniforms a lot of the officers use, there is a similarities to it. So there is consistency with what he is, and he does stand out, so it makes sense. Boom, S tier. Asta, the rich girl who pretty much funds everything on the space station. She dressed like a rich girl. S tier. Herta, she's a puppet. She dresses up like a puppet. These are the clothes you would put on a puppet and a doll. Makes perfect sense. Boom, S tier. Serval, rock star. Everything about her is a rocker. Boom, S tier. Natasha, it's kind of weird. She does have the doctor's robe, but she does like open up the doctor's robe so her boobs hang out, and she has like a military, like a onesie underneath. Now, I'm pretty sure like she fought on the lines with soldiers, and she's kind of like the healer there, helping soldiers out. I guess that's where she got the grenade launcher. So yeah, S tier. Now Pela, Branya, where's the... and Gepard, or Japard. They are all officers in Belobog. Their scheme is very similar, and they even have badges indicating just the rank they have, like in the military. Even Cocolia had a very similar design, and it makes perfect sense, completely consistent. Boom, S tier, S tier, S tier. Hook. She's a civilian in Belobog. It's an ice planet. She wears warm clothes, but she does wear shorts because she's a dumb kid. Her weapon is a giant flaming claw, because Hook is all about... She's a destruction character. She's about chaos. And fact is, she is the closest thing we're going to get to a Warhammer 40k orc in this game as possible. A giant claw that's on fire. She attaches a wheel to it. She zips towards the enemy, blows them up, laughing the entire time. Pure perfection. S tier. Sampo. His design makes him look like a criminal. He is a criminal. You do not trust this guy. I'm not saying you could just tell a criminal by looking at him, but you could tell somebody you can't trust just by looking at him. It's nothing too flashy, but when you realize he's actually part of the masked men. Wait, do I have the music on loop? Give it a second. There we go. Masked Fools. That's right, sorry. He's part of the Masked Fools. Which kind of makes like how a little bit crazy his outfit is, right? But it still makes sense. Like it's still kind of fitting the theme. Like you can see people in Belobog wearing this, just not trustworthy people. Boom, S tier. Chinchwei. Wait, we're gonna get Chinchwei. Where is Fu? Let's put Fushuan on there. They both work for the Divination Commission, right? You'd think they would have like a basic uniform, but they don't. At least I don't think they do. Chinchwei, she looks like she just got up like a little bit too late, put on whatever she is over her pajamas, and rushed to work. Makes sense because she's lazy and just wants a game. Boom, S tier. Fushuan, fortune teller. Have you actually ever seen a picture of like an ancient or old like Chinese fortune teller? Like if you Google it and look up pictures, you will see they look nothing like Fu Xuan, which means this is a very custom design for Zhang Xiao, or the Lo Fu, whatever it is. It is fairly consistent with all the other out characters on there. Boom, S tier. Now we got Ting Young and Yukon. Yukon, she has a high military role, right? And Ting Young works for Yukon. Their outfits are similar but still different. Mainly the color scheme is different. But a lot of the characters you see in the Lo-Fu, like, it's a very Chinese style, right? And there's a consistency with all of it, and it makes sense. And you could tell, like, the clear difference between the two. And I know white kind of shows, like, as far as military officers go, your rank. I'm pretty sure I'll get to that why I believe that. But boom, S tier and S tier. Now, where do we have my general? Jing Yuan. Now, when I was talking about how white kind of dictates your military rank, I play Final Fantasy XIV a lot. There is a jacket there called the Commander's Jacket, right? You gotta get in PvP. I've been playing the game for years. I still don't have it. I just unlocked the gloves. I'll get that jacket in a few more years. Just wait. But it's very similar to what Jing Yuan has, and he is the general. So it absolutely makes sense. Boom. S tier. Yan Qing. Now, the thing about Yan Qing is, he's a sword master. He's also a dumb kid. And I used to watch old Kung Fu movies growing up as a kid. And, like, the sword masters there, they would wear very similar to robes to what Yan Qing is, to what Yan Qing wears. And since it's like a very Chinese themed, the Lo-Fu is, it makes absolute sense. Boom, S tier. Now we got Su Shan. Also part of the, I don't think specifically Lo-Fu, but like part of that area, right? And again, more Chinese theme. She's in the military, but she's not quite an officer. I think she's fairly low rank, so there's nothing too flashy with her outfit. Makes sense. Boom. S tier. Now we got Himiko.
Spider lily on her belly.
Wait, I'm sorry, what was that, Celia?
There's a spider lily on her belly corset thing.
It's a fancy design, yes. Right. Himiko and Welt. They're dressed up like they're going to a very fancy dinner party. And what fancier place is there than the Astro Express, right? Boom. S tier. Clara. Again, another dumb kid. Kind of following the same theme Hook has, with Hook wearing shorts, with Clara just not wearing shoes. Like, these kids are just dumb. And she's just wearing a jacket that barely keeps her warm, but apparently she's surviving. And, she's like a poor kid raised by a robot who doesn't have a job. So yeah, boom, S tier. Bailu, again, like in the Zhang, am I saying Zhang Xiao right? Is that how you say it?
I think it's Xianzhou?
Zhang, yes. And she's a healer, another dumb kid, even though she's like a 3 million year old dragon. So the clothes barely fit her. Like, she's gonna outgrow them anyway in a few centuries. But they still look very similar to what everybody else is wearing in the Zhang Xiao. Boom, S tier. Sela. Easily the worst design in the game. Look at everybody else we have seen so far in Belobog. There is a consistency there, whether it's the military officers, whether it's the civilians, and even amongst the Wildfire characters. Sela's outfit makes absolutely no sense. She lives on an ice planet, yet she wears this weird, like 2 one-piece bikini outfits, and with shorts that she outgrew 5 years ago, and some shredded pieces of purple cloth. And she's a ninja, by the way, so it makes sense that she's carrying around a giant scythe, right? Yes, she could go stealth and just ninja her way around. Her outfit is outrageous, even if she was in Honkai Impact the Third. The Sela character in Honkai Impact the Third makes more sense in that than this Sela makes sense in any of the games. She looks like a character that came out from a completely different game. Breaks complete consistency. There's nothing about her design that makes sense. And can somebody please tell me, how does she know what a butterfly is? I have not seen a single butterfly on the entire Urilo 6. They have not had contact with anybody from space until the Astro Express showed up. How does she know what a butterfly is? Makes no sense. F tier. Easily. Silverwolf. She's a gamer. She definitely looks like she has like 2-week-old BO funk because she's just too busy playing video games to actually take a shower. And she dresses up like she just grabbed whatever was in her closet and put it on. And she's a bit of a punk. Boom. S tier. Luercha. Guy looks fancy. Boom. S tier. Now we got Blade. Blade used to be from the Zhang Xiu, Luofo, whatever. but he's now a Celeron hunter, but he seems to keep the style, and he's a lot more subtle about it, and he looks really, the style is super old. Like, he hasn't changed it in 1,000 years, which makes sense for the character. S tier. Luca, the homeless guy that always gets to do street fights, and he looks it too. S tier. Innovator, wait, music. Danny Boy. The same deal with like, I could understand the transformation Don Han had when he went into Innovator Lune. I don't know why his clothes transformed. Like, his clothes de-aged, right? Like, it went back to what he was, like, from several centuries ago, which still fits the theme. S tier. Lynx. She wears a coat because she's cold. She's wearing, like, ice gear because she's on an ice planet and she goes on expeditions. S tier. Jing Liu. Whatever I said about Innovator Lume makes sense for Jing Liu. S tier. Gwenifin. She's not native to the Zangshu, Luofa, whatever. But she's picked up the custom and she's dressing up like them, and it's still keeping, and it's very flashy. It's red. I would say it's red because she's fire, but then again, Luca has a lot of red and he's physical, so whatever. But she's a street performer and it catches your eye. S tier. Topaz. It looks like her clothes are painted on, but the IPC seem to be a little bit eccentric. S tier. Hua Hua. Let's put Hua Hua and Hanya here. Because and Zhang Yi. They're all judges of the Ten Lords Commission, right? There is a similarity, at least mainly between Hanya and Zai. Hoa Hoa almost has that, but she's a little bit more conservative because she's just such a coward and so shy. Makes sense for her character. Boom, she's S tier. Zhang Yi, she's a robot, but like, if you've seen like the other Foxians, even though Zhang Yi's not a Foxian, it's very similar to the design with everybody we have in Oluocha and being flashy. Boom, S tier. Hanya, she looks like she used to, like, she hangs out with the goth kids. Like, I wouldn't say she's a goth girl. When you talk to her character, she's very chill. I used to hang out with the goth kids when I went to high school. Like, a lot of people thought I was goth growing up because I wore a lot of black. I wasn't goth. Black just looked good on me. And I hung out with, and they're chill. They're chill guys. Hanya reminds me a lot like that, but not exactly a goth kid. She's like imitating a goth, but she is hot as hell. Boom, S tier. Now we got Kafka. S tier. All right, Argenti, Knights of Beauty. Dude looks like a paladin that has ripped open his chest plate just to show off his chest because of how fabulous it is. The design looks amazing. S tier. Now, Rune Mei and Dr. Ratio. Haven't really seen much of, like, I've seen Rune Mei on like several light cones, and it looks like she fits in perfectly with anybody from the Luofa, Zhang, whatever. Say please. Zhang Show. Or even if she was on the Astro Express. S tier. Dr. Ratio, honestly, he kind of looks like he's not a street performer, but like what's the really big circus? I'm trying to remember the name. Barton and Bailey? Barton and Bailey?
Barnum and Bailey?
Yes, Barton and Bailey. He looks like he's from there. And you know, that kind of, I have no doubt about that character, so I'm just gonna assume, boom, S tier. Now, the Trailblazers, probably the laziest character design of anybody in Honkai Star Rail. I mean, it looks like they can't even tuck in their shirt all the way. They're supposed to represent the player character, right? Okay, I get it. But why are you going to make them boring? You think your players are boring? You think we're so lazy that we can only tuck in our shirts halfway? That we'd rather have it all the way out, but we're too scared about our gamer guts sticking out? I'm not projecting, you're projecting. What? Sorry. So, but I guess it's sensible. It's just, you know, black pants or a black skirt, a baggy t-shirt, a jacket. I mean, that's it. Easily the laziest thing. So, they both get A tier. And that's the list right there. Sela, F tier. Everybody else, much better than her. And that's there you have it. Objectively the correct choice.